All right, so welcome back to the Workbench. I know it's been a while since we've done a personal build video, but I am here with you today to go over my own personal 12.5-inch AR-15 build and go over some of the reasons why I built it out the way I did and go into some of the parts that I use. So kind of just jumping right into it. Reason why I went with this particular style of build. So well, 12.5 specifically, was I wanted something fairly lightweight and I wanted something fairly small still, so nice and maneuverable, I'd say indoors or in very dense vegetation, but I still want to be able to reach out there and, you know, touch something that's 500-600 yards away, and the 12.5 kind of fit the bill for me, with especially with nicer ammo, but even with some crappier ammo, I can still get out there and, shoot pretty far with this thing. But kind of going into the different parts that I used, um, we'll just start at the butt end and work forward. So obviously it is a pistol. So I got the SB Tactical SBA4 on back here, and then that is running on a Vltor A5 system, buffer tube, and spring coat green spring on here. Um, Hopefully one day I will get into the hydraulic buffers and do a hydraulic A5, which I have tested, and that thing is phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to that. And then moving forward, just standard upper and lower. And then charging handle, I have the Radian SD, which it does work relatively well. I won't say it's the end all be all for suppressor use. I think there are some other great options out there besides this. It's just what I ended up going with, and it works decently well. But in moving forward, so bulk carrier group wise, I have the CAC K-Spec NP3 BCG, which I think is phenomenal if you're looking for a bulk carrier group for suppressor use, because it actually doesn't have vents on the side right here. It actually vents down straight into the mags, so your mags get a little dirtier, but it actually ends up being a lot quieter of a gun when shooting suppressed, because you get less of that pop out of your ejection port. So I can highly recommend them. And then the NP3 coating is phenomenal, nice and slick. So I still oil it and give it a good amount of oil, but I don't really need to. So if it's super dry, I'm not going to worry about cycling issues, because it also has sand cutter cuts, which again, they absolutely killed it. So huge props to them for their bulk carrier group designs. Trigger, Geisley SSA. I mean, not much to be said about it. They're kind of the gold standard of triggers. So highly recommend those as well. Then moving forward, I'm using an SLR Rifleworks rail, so keeping it on the lighter side, so with an M-LOK rail, but still nice and solid for laser lockup. And then, like I said before, I went with the 12.5-inch Hansen barrel from Ballistic Advantage, which I think are amazing barrels. I was getting 0.7 MOA groups out of this thing, shooting IMI Razor cores, which I think is a phenomenal round. And they actually come fairly well gassed out of the box. So Hansen barrels are awesome. So can't recommend them enough. And then on the very front, I've got a Yankee Hill Turbo K suppressor. I do have that guy direct threaded, so I wanted to save a little bit of length, a little bit of weight, kind of in theme with keeping this thing nice and lightweight. So went with direct threads. Doesn't means I can't really hop this, but I bought the suppressor specifically for this gun in particular, so not a big deal for me. And then in terms of accessories, I have the D-Ball or Steiner D-Ball A3. So just a good IR laser there for night vision use. I do have a mod light. I think it's the PLH or something like that, with a 100 Concepts light cap on it. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of this light. I've had to warranty this thing twice already, I believe, and that warranty process wasn't the best. So can't really recommend the mod light, unfortunately. It is a good light besides that, but it doesn't really inspire confidence, unfortunately. So it's there just kind of as a placeholder, because I don't use the white light a whole lot. I use more of the night vision stuff. But it does work right now, which, again, it'll probably get replaced with a cloud or something like that here soon. But I am using the Unity mod button that Unity and Mod Light kind of teamed up to make, which I do love that. That is a phenomenal button. And then moving back to optic setup, I am using the new Primary Arms micro prism, their 5-power one with their kill flash on there, and I think this is a phenomenal scope. If any of y'all have talked to me, I've gone through plenty of different optics, from aim points to EOTechs to ACOGs to LVPOs and back again, and kind of landed on this guy just because fixed 5-power, awesome reticle, nice and lightweight. I am going to throw a top dot on there once I can get my hands on one of those Hero Mod mounts, and go from there for passive aiming with night vision or just a good 1-power. So that's kind of going to be the cherry on top for this guy, quite literally. But yeah, other than that, kind of a fairly basic setup, and it works well for me. Thanks for watching.